Hey, good morning again. This is my second video of the day. I just uploaded my review for the Acolyte episode 4. So this is gonna be my thoughts on, I keep almost saying Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, season 2, episode 1. So, I was a huge fan of Game of Thrones. I remember I first saw it, I was hanging out at a friend's house, and we were just playing video games. I was probably like 18. I think he was like 16 or whatever, or maybe I was 17 or something like that. And we were upstairs playing video games, and his mom came in and just tossed us the DVD of the first season. She was like, "Oh, you guys will love this. It's got dragons, sword fighting, and tits." So since then we were hooked on it. We watched almost every episode together. So I actually forgot like when the episode was gonna be airing. And he messaged me and asked if I'd seen it yet, and I was like, "Oh no." So he he thought the episode was just okay. He was like, "It's okay." So I wanted to see it, but I didn't go in with high expectations. And I gotta say, I liked it. I knew what was gonna happen because I had heard spoilers from the books and stuff like that. I didn't read the books, but my friend did, and he always references them. But he didn't read. He actually didn't read the one that this series, House of the Dragon, is based on. Um, so I went in with low expectations. No, I wouldn't say low expectations. I just expected it to be like an average starter episode for a season. But I'll say I'm glad that we finally got the episode. Series is back, and you know in the beginning of the episode, see where exactly does the episode begin? I I watched it the other day, of course, and then I watched 3 other shows right after it, so I'm trying to remember everything. Yeah. So let me try to get my thoughts together. So the first thing I remember is when Rhaenys lands at Dragonstone. And as soon as she lands, Damon is like, "Get back on your dragon. We're going to attack King's Landing." Which is like, why not wait for the whole? You're just gonna go. He wants to kill Vhagar, and he says he can't do it with just Caraxes alone. But even still, I mean, you might wanna. They got scorpions and everything at King's Landing. You're just gonna go an attack with a. I mean, I guess he was planning for days since Rhaenyra has been mourning for days, and that's for Rhaenys. I'm pretty sure her name is Rhaenys. I like her character a lot. If I was rooting for someone, of course I'm rooting for Rhaenyra, but I wouldn't have minded if Rhaenys had become queen. Daemon seems like he would be a little heavy-handed as the king, but whatever. So we see they're arguing. It's not like an intense argument, they're all, how it is. They're both trying to keep their cool, but like let the other one know like this is how it's gonna be. But she's like, and eventually she's like, my dragon needs to eat. I'm tired. My dragon is tired. My dragon needs to rest. We're not just gonna go fight Vhagar, you know. And he's like, "Oh, you're riding with me. That's an order." She's like, "If only you were the king," right? She just walks away. So Daemon is upset that Rhaenyra is mourning. He's saying she's shirking her duties as the queen by just mourning. And then we go to. I'm trying to keep everything in order, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it out of order. We go to where the Greens are, and we have Alicent, and they have a actually Aegon ends up landing. He lands in King's Landing. At first, they don't recognize that it's him and Vhagar. I mean, not Vhagar. Him and his dragon. What is his dragon? Is his dragon Sunfire? I think he rides Sunfire. I'm not sure. Sunfire might actually be Rhaenyra's dragon. I don't know the name of his dragon off the top of my head. So he lands, and then he comes. He's looking for his son. He takes his son with him to the council meeting, which they don't think he should be there, but he's like, he's gonna be the future king, so he should be here. There's a funny scene where the prince is annoying the Master of Coin Lannister, and Aegon is about to make him give the kid a pony ride, but they're like, come on, we got serious matters to attend to. I believe it's Otto who says we got more important things to attend to, and then he's like, all right, but you can see he's already, like, his attitude, arrogance or whatever. He's the king. That's not. I mean, he is arrogant, but that's not a display of arrogance. It's just like showing off his power. So then there's a table. They're discussing, plans for getting houses to join them in the inevitable war. Aemon comes in, and Alicent is mad when he's in there, but Aegon's like, I invited him, He's a good fighter. He's my brother, and he's got good strategies. And then, like, Aemon starts talking, and blah blah blah. All of that happens. Then we have excuse me. We have Rhaenyra. She's out mourning, crying at the beach, and she sees that some fishermen have pulled up a dragon's wing in their net. She flies over. They'll run. Of course, they see a dragon, and then she finds Lucerys's clothes and the dragon's wing, and she knows what happened. She cries out. Everybody's watching her cry. Then she flies back to Dragonstone, and she lands. They're all waiting for her. They say, like, oh, we're ready for whatever you plan, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I want Aemon. And then she just walks away. Like, she's not, she's like, go kill Aemon. And so, Daemon, he devises a plan to kill Aemon with the lady who used to work for him, who's a spy. She gets captured earlier on in the episode by was it Taurus Valerian? Well, by his people. And there's a little scene with him. I don't really need to get into it, just talking to a guy. But so his truth founder, Daemon, takes a prisoner. He's like, because of you, they were able to find Aegon. You helped him become king. He's pissed about that. She's like, whatever they paid me, I was working, you know what I do, I get paid for telling secrets. I told him where he was, blah, 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 So, I mean, then there's the big scene. Well, that's not the big, I don't need to go into every detail of the episode. The big scene in the episode, one more important thing is that Alicent is smashing, hooking up with Christian Cole all the time now, even wearing her religious necklace while she's doing it, so she's a clear hypocrite now. The same thing that she was mad at Rhaenyra for, she's doing it. Rhaenyra didn't have no ties to the religion, but now I guess she's realizing, people in power do what they want, and they tell the others, oh, you obey these laws, but then they're not for me, So unless they get caught, then they have to, but they're not gonna just obey the laws. Um, so, you know, there's that. And then, what's the names? Larry Strong, the guy who has the problem with his foot and who loves feet. He tells her he got rid of the spies, and he also gets into Aegon's ear, and tells Aegon, you need to maybe you should get a new hand. Otto, he was a hand of three kings, and, he was your father's hand, and he looked weak, and, he was almost controlling your father. Now he's trying to control you, or pretty much controlling your father. Now he's trying to control you. Like, you want to be a strong king, He's planting those seeds in Aegon's mind. And then, Otto and Alicent have a little conversation just about the boys and the situation they're in. And he thinks that she's making all the wrong decisions. She thinks he's undermining her, And then we get to the real plot of the episode when Daemon sends Blood and Cheese to go kill Aemond. And, they can't find him. And they end up finding Helena and her two kids, and they kill one of the babies. They don't show it, but, it's still gruesome. You hear it. Like, the sound effects were intense. And then, so that's, Helena runs out. I don't know why they let her run out. The rat catcher, he wasn't killing the kid. He could have, he wasn't cutting the kid's head off, so he could have stopped her from running. That part seemed weird to me, like, why they let her run out. But anyway, she runs into Alicent's room. Alicent is having sex with Christian Cole, and, she runs in, and she just sits on the floor holding one of the kids, and then Alicent's like, what's wrong? She's like, they killed the boy. And that's pretty much it for the episode. Might be some things I forgot, but that's the main stuff of the episode. If I have to give it a rating, I'll say 7.5, 7, around the 7-8 range. Still not too solid on my rating scale right now. I think, of course, I would have liked it more if, there was some combat in it or something like that. But as far as a story episode, it's great, We see Rhaenyra's emotions. Oh, there's Lucerys's funeral, which, they're all putting stuff on the pyre because they don't have a body. And at the same time, we see Alicent lighting candles for people that dies, and she lights a candle for him, because she still like cares about Rhaenyra, and that's still obvious. She tried to send her a letter apologizing. That was a funny part. She just, but they're at the council meeting, and she's asking, she was like, did Rhaenyra respond to my letter? He's like, your apology for killing her son? No, like, she did not respond to that. Well, for your son killing her son, she did not respond to that. And, it's funny, Aemond, he clearly told them that he killed them on purpose, even though it was an accident. Either he wanted to look strong, or he didn't want to, I can't control my dragon. They might be like, oh, you need a different dragon, a smaller one if you can't control Vhagar. But I wonder if his inability to control Vhagar is going to happen again in another dragon fight, or could that lead to him doing something? Like, what if Vhagar turns on their own troops or something, so that may or may not come up, overall, like the episode. Like I said, it was like, I'll give it an 8, The ending was, it was, it was definitely good. Not, you know what I'm saying? In terms of the story, it was good. You know, it was a good ending. They showed how that all happened, and um, so next episode is definitely gonna be more action packed. I think that we're gonna have we're gonna have some fighting in the next episode. You know, as far as the stories, I mean, I don't think Rhaenyra is gonna be happy that when they bring her the head of a toddler, that might piss her off. That might put her Daemon in on her bad side, you know. And so, yeah, you know, I'm interested in definitely interested in where this is gonna go from now, because I don't know how people. Like I said, I didn't read the book, so I do not know how everyone's gonna react. Although I do know a lot of what happened from talking to other people about it and watching videos about the book. But you know, I can't wait for next Sunday, or this Sunday, to see what happens next. Hope you guys are doing good. Comment on the video. Let me know what your thoughts were on the episode, and how you think the series is gonna go. Some people think it might end up being better than the original Game of Thrones. I don't know about that. Maybe better than how it ended. But I mean, Game of Thrones in the beginning, that was one of the best series of all time. You know, incredibly well written, characters with great motivation, character building, intelligent characters that didn't do dumb things that changed in later seasons. But in the beginning, I mean, there were some people that did dumb things like Ned Stark, but you know why he did it. It wasn't because he was being dumb. It was because he was being honorable, and that was his fatal flaw. You know, he was too honorable to tell a queen, you know, snitch on her that she had sex with her brother. She's fucking her brother, and the king's kids are not his. I don't think that was the dumbest decision anyone made in the whole series. But you know, have you guys have a nice day, and get back to you later with more reviews and stuff.